We are so back here with Tom once again.
Welcome back.
The Vibe Man. Hey, I ripped content of you. I got your whole speech.
Dude, I saw it on Twitter a second ago.
You saw your speech?
Yeah, someone posted it on Twitter.
Making rounds.
That was interesting. Wasn't anticipating that one.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I mean, it's dope. It's dope. I'm about it.
LFG.
It was a good speech.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I didn't quite script anything. I wanted to get up there and get on a wavelength. Are you familiar? I feel like you would be familiar, maybe you, with the term Wu Wei.
Yes.
You know Wu Wei?
Yes, I did a talk at Jacob's house called Wu Wei Disclosure.
No way. No way for Wu Wei. Do you know about Wu Wei?
No, I don't.
Wu Wei is the art of not forcing. It's the art form of being able to practice the ability to tap into an energy and get on a wavelength, and you're no longer in search for what you're supposed to do. You're merely a vessel for a certain intangible sensation to flow through you. And it's kind of like the general idea where, like, if you try to do something that's virtuous for the sake of virtuosity, it's inherently not virtuous. But if you do something because you believe in it and you care about it, and it's something that has a lot of depth to you, that's Wu Wei. And it's this like beautiful, beautiful idea where if you can just find this inner sense of presence in your mind and like listen to the voices that naturally appear in your head and identify the ones that you feel some depth to, and you just kind of tap into a memory or a moment or a period of time, it's really easy to enter a state of flow. And if you can get really close and pay attention to this deep sense of intuition, you'll be able to much more frequently in life find things that bring you happiness.
I think flow is the reductionist version of Wu Wei, the modern reductionist version.
It is. Like flow is Wu Wei. Like the flow state in general is Wu Wei. It's the idea where it's like the example that Alan Watts has like a whole video on this. And like Alan Watts is basically like, if you go up somewhere and you see a performance or you see someone, like for example, a singer or a songwriter, or you see something, you can tell when it's like forced, it's fake, it's synthetic, it's inauthentic. Have a good night. Get to you soon. But when you have something that is so real and so true, like it just pours through you. And, I've been like exploring a lot more of this like over the last year or so, or like just trying to get a lot more in tune with the things that feel very right to me. Because I think I've like gone maybe a little bit too far into the left side of the brain and try to like, just think my way through everything. And more recently, I'm just trying to like weigh the thinking with this other side of me that's like, what actually has depth in life. But like Wu Wei is like the best concept and manifestation of this. Like flow, you could say flow state and you'll get it, but Wu Wei is this just very like spiritual way of looking at flow state. Yeah, I would say flow state's like the work version, but Wu Wei is the spiritual version of the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the Wu Wei though. It's not Wu. It's the way.
Thomas, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
See you, man.
Cheers.
Yeah. Wu Wei is the way.
If it feels right, it's tight. So keep it chugging, keep it going, keep it flowing.
I feel like you're always in Wu Wei.
Dude, thanks. That's like a really powerful compliment.
Things that you do and say are just one of one. Honest to God.
Let's go.
Only would come from you.
That was the best compliment I got from Jeremy when I last saw him was, ChatGPT could never replace you.
I actually don't doubt that at all. Like I don't think the creativity of ChatGPT will top.
They ain't got weights like this.
Doesn't got weights like this. That's for sure. Like the things that you do are just. I honestly think that if I sat in a room and had to figure out how to do any of these things, I don't think it'd be possible for me.
You can't left brain it.
No, you can't.
You don't let it
You
flow.
really can't. You're just tapped into a sacred. You're just tapped into the Jack frequency.
Let's go.
Tapped into the Jack frequency.
It's source, bro. It's not me. It's Most High.
It's no side. Top V. You literally just did that. The top V.
That's how I salute people sometimes. Good vibes, sir.
You gotta go like this.
Oh, more like.
Very accentuated.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if you go like this, you're not really seeing it. But
Right.
if you go
Like, really give it. Like, make them feel.
exactly like that. Like it's like
It's a more
like,
of an
may God be with you
Right.
and also with you.
May vibes be with you.
That's exactly it, bro.
It is-
that is the end of the Holy Bible right there.
Yes.
Like that is the end. Holy Bible.
That is a life I want to live, is just be a content Mormon missionary with Holy Bible books. I talked to Jim about helping me write the perfect scripture text, just like the best book one could imagine. Just a spread.
Mormonism or something else.
No, just of like of vibes.
Okay.
When's it coming out? Jimmy and Nancy.
Last year.
Make an altar at Burning Man with all the books. I truly feel like, why have we not been given a book that just attempts to have all the answers?
At the AGI house last night, have
Yeah.
you seen their bookshelf?
No.
They have a whole bookshelf of hardcover books, all written by AI.
Right, because Jeremy's doing the omniscience
Yes.
thing.
That's interesting.
I made a decentralized intelligence agency book that I took to Burning Man and carried in this briefcase.
You sent me a picture of it. Do you still have it?
I gave the last copy out to him.
He
you
gave it
read
to
it?
me, and then I gave it to someone else.
Let's go. It's mimetic. It's getting
Yo,
shared.
do you know Goth?
The worst
Goth
thing is when
yeah.
the worst thing is when a
He
book ends
tweeted-
up on a shelf.
He tweeted without even Jack telling him. He tweeted about the decentralized intelligence agency like last week, and I sent Jack a picture of the tweet, and Jack was like mimetic, and I was like. I was just thinking to myself, I assume that he must be speaking with Goth because we went to a practice event. At the end of the practice event, we were all sitting in the parking lot. It was like me, him, Goth, and some other guy. So I was like, oh, Jack must be just catching up with Goth and talking to him. And he tells me, this man just found the decentralized intelligence agency and posted it on Twitter.
Where did you find it?
I have no idea.
Wait, you mean on the internet you found it?
I have no idea. He just
I got
started
top
tweeting-
rank
He started tweeting
if you
about the
search it.
decentralized intelligence
I know, but
agency.
we don't know where.
No, I don't know. I
Right independently?
It's
Yeah.
mimetic.
Heard it from someone who heard it from Jack?
I asked Jack, I was like, did you tell him about this? He was like, no. Never told him about this.
Jack, have you tweeted it?
It has a Twitter account.
Oh, it has its own Twitter account.
Yeah.
Maybe Goth follows it.
I don't think so.
Decentralized intelligence agency.
Yeah. It's part of the mimetic world order. The railways of a new civilization where the people rule.
You have a page on Notion, right? You have a Notion page about the mimetic world order, right?
Yeah, well, if you go on the Decentralized Intelligence Agency, it says read our global initiatives, and then it goes to Purple Rock. You know, Black Rock bad, Purple Rock good.
I remember you told me that
You will own everything and you will reach nirvana, or you will own nothing and you will be happy. You know, one's better than the other for sure.
I remember you told me that you wanted to embed and ask questions to everything about your data, like everything about you.
Right.
Have you done that yet?
I have done small versions.
But have you embedded every single piece of content you put on the internet?
No, I have not.
Please, for the love of God, when you ship that, send me the link so I can talk to it. Like, I'm just so curious to get answers.
I'm getting answers.
Like, I'm just send me the link.
I'm right here, bro. You can prompt the fuck out of me right now. I'll give you unlimited API calls.
I want almost a meta-analysis from an AI about you.
Right.
Like I want the AI. I'm actually more curious to see what the AI has to say about you. Like I'm very curious to see how like you embed all of that content. What are the learnings that this AI has?
You know the main thing I've been doing, which is actually sick and you should do? Take any of your like blog posts, have ChatGPT turn it into a poem. Put the poem at the top, or just even reading the poem, it's like your own depth of what you were trying to say, it's made into this beautiful form. It hits the heart. And I think first reaching people's heart and then disseminating the information of like what it meant to the brain is a really powerful way to explain these like deeper concepts. Powerful.
Well, you let me know when you post it. Or like you should, dude. Like you're living in SF now, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you go to one of these AGI house hackathons? I mean, we're gonna probably start having hackathons.
And be like, build my second brand. I can do
I guarantee you're an evangelist personality. I guarantee you can get somebody to embed your entire personality or all of your content onto this thing. I guarantee you'd be able to do it.
Right. I think everyone should have that opportunity too.
You know what? There's actually a company that's doing this. It's write this down. This is for you. With Delphi.com.
With Delphi.
With Delphi. They're embedding like an entire they're doing exactly this right now. I think the founder actually came here tonight. Yeah.
Wow.
How's it going, man?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, with Delphi.com. DELPHI.
So, how's it? Also chilling.
Is there no one else
LFG.
out there now?
I think it was.
There's one person on the computer.
Last of Us. Passed the test.
Full working. That's it.
Through the night.
That's right there. Even on the days we party, we work.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice. Do you see it?
I put it in my notes.
You put it in your notes.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, they're literally doing this right now, where they're just taking someone's content and embedding it. And
Is that not the like tab goal too? Would be your
No.
all of your stream of consciousness could be embedded in.
I think you would do very well with the tab. You should tell Avi to give you one. I think that would be a really. I don't think it could get any more fitting for anyone than you, bro. Like I really don't think so.
I'll rock.
Actually, yeah, I should tell Avi to give you tab. Like I think he would do it too, because you're just a content generating machine. But yeah, I mean, what Avi really wants to do is just give you an AI that listens to everything that's happening in your life, and then you'll be able to talk to it.
And that would be embedding all of my thoughts or anyone's thoughts so they can talk to their self, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily the premise of talking to yourself. You're more or less talking to an AI, like some manifestation of an AI friend or companion
Right.
that just so happens to know everything about you. Everything.
Right.
And
I want to
so-
be able just to distill, like, okay, I've had conversations about this topic so many times. Write me a blog post of what I would write. You know, that would be great. Because it has all that data
Yeah.
from all the conversations.
Yeah. See, the
That's
thing is,
sick.
like, if you're, say, for example, someone's very internet native, like you write a lot of content. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, you write a lot of content and you speak a lot of content. Like, something that's on the internet makes more sense, but for maybe someone like yourself that speaks a lot, talks a lot, having the context flow of tabs is really good. But he's working on it, man. Like he's getting pretty close to a really good place.
Right.
Like he's getting really close.
Yeah, I'm having it up.
It's good seeing you, bro. It's good seeing you.
This is really nice.
I like the flow, by the way. I like the flow.
Your flow is great too.
Thank you.
It's like the statue you had before. Do you think looking at it,
Which statue?
there's a marble bust. You just look more marble. You look more Roman with the flow.
Dude, I completely forgot to bring Julius Caesar here today.
Oh no!
Do you have a Newton statue?
What?
Where's the Newton statue? You have the monument guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing's called Newton.
Just send monument guy like mock-up with logo.
We need a whole Newton.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Newton. I mean, I have a Caesar statue and an Augustus Caesar statue.
And you know what you should do? It should be like one of those like genies that you can talk to, but it's trained on all of Isaac Newton's writings.
Yeah,
And you press a button and you ask Isaac Newton questions.
Yeah.
Character AI IRL.
Yeah. That'll probably be something that we do. I think that's a pretty cool idea.
That'd be a whole attraction thing. Places would totally, museums would totally buy these things. They're basically interactive monuments, but their depth is not in their size, but in the interactive capability of knowledge embedded.
100%. Yeah, it's yeah. I've read Caesar's autobiography.
Yes.
I'd like to
Power
ask
stance.
Caesar a lot of questions. Yeah, I'd say I've read the most about Caesar than probably any other individual. So I'd have a lot of questions to ask him. A lot, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
One thing I've been doing a lot of, highly recommend. I use this app, IdeaFlow, Jacob's app, just as a recorder for me. And I love taking conversations and throwing them into ChatGPT and having them turned into a poem after I finish talking to someone.
Something that I think you'd like, Jack?
What?
Check this out. I have two different phones.
Right?
I have a dopamine and a serotonin phone.
LFG? That's great. And one has social media, one doesn't?
Yeah. Well,
Dopamine has...
This one's also completely in color. This one is in black and white.
And why is it serotonin? Because it's connection with people? Like messages? And...
No. It's serotonin. Serotonin is different than dopamine. Dopamine is like very, I guess, oriented around like short-term satisfaction.
I think what Jack's asking is, does the serotonin phone have anything that the dopamine phone doesn't have?
Yes. And in short, the serotonin phone is only meant for work. It's only meant for talking to people about the space, the things that we have going on here, anything Solaris related. There's no social media on it. There's no games on it. There's no form or way that I could be distracted with this phone. So if like I have the labels on it, because if I'm sitting down and I'm on this phone, I want people to know that I'm working. But if I'm on this phone, if I'm like bringing this phone out in front of a lot of people and I'm on it, it's basically saying, hey everybody, I'm consuming cheap dopamine. And so, I want to use this phone as least often as possible because...
So this is a shame thing? You're publicly shaming yourself?
You're encouraging people to interrupt you.
Yes. This is basically saying I'm doing nothing of substance and you can interrupt me.
Oh, I love that actually.
Yeah, I'm doing nothing of substance. I'm dicking around.
It's like the kid's toy where you put happy or sad.
Yeah.
You're tuning your emotional state.
It makes me think about like headphones in a workplace because usually headphones are a signal to like don't fucking talk to me. I'm trying to get stuff done. This is like a phone version.
Yeah, it's like I'm dicking around.
Talk to me.
I got this on. I'm focused.
Right.
I'm making shit happen.
I'm locked in.
More direct. Like instead of saying dopamine, the label should just say, please interrupt me.
Yeah.
I like that.
There was a really good Twitter thread about this actually that was like the original version wasn't serotonin and dopamine. It was kale versus cocaine. And so it's like, if I didn't do it because if I put cocaine on this, it would not look like what it looks like it is. And so it's like what the fuck are you doing with a cocaine phone, dude? Your trap phone? I went to the Apple store and
You
I was
wouldn't
like,
label your trap phone cocaine. That's suspicious.
I went to the Apple store and I was like, this is gonna be my cocaine phone, and I was buying this phone and I was like, it needs to be green for kale. And he was like, are you selling drugs? And I was like, yeah, you don't get it. And I was like, all right, we'll do dopamine and serotonin. But Avi actually has a label maker, so I can just easily take these off and put them on with new ones. But
wow.
I kind of like dopamine, serotonin. It's like a reinforcer for me. Like usually when I'm like working or I'm sitting down, I have them both laying like this on my table. And so it's like, I have no fucking reason during the day to pick this up ever. And so the greatest thing is too, is that like my Todoist on here, all my notes on here, the way that I'm thinking, all the business content, all the people that I'm talking about with work. And so I have my health stuff on this phone too, so like my Oura Ring and Apple Watch. And so when I get on this and I'm doing stuff, there is nothing that could take away my attention in a negative way at all. I'm not logged on any of my accounts, there's no YouTube. And so like anytime I'm on this, there's nothing I can do but work. And I deleted every work app from the Dopamine phone, which means that if I'm picking this phone up, it is 100% for dopamine. or like personal text messages and stuff. Like friends and family and all that stuff. Like I keep that on the Dopamine phone.
Friends and family are just dopamine to you?
It's not focused, that's for sure. It's
like
not
shallow
focused.
interactions with friends
What?
and family. Like shallow interactions with friends and family. A text is not like a high
I
quality.
gotta head out. No, great seeing you. Great seeing you, Jim. Lovely seeing you.
That's
Thomas,
Jim.
thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, great to have you.
Good seeing you.